All right. Ooh. She want to come through, honey. Come on, girl. She said, get out that house. There's too much tension in that house. Woo! I'm doing the best that I can. I'm doing the best that I can. Doing the best that I can. I'm doing better than I think that I am. All right now. Let's open up. So anytime we deal with smoke, we're opening portals. This is not why I smoke. I'm just tired of feeling like I gotta have this shit. I feel like I gotta have this shit. I be doing my readings without showing myself because I be smoking in the background. Whatever. It's not working. So we gotta get to this good old read. I don't know what's wrong with me. Somebody happy. Somebody happy. Doing the best that I can. So you have the Temperance and you have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody is trying to rebuild. This is going to be somebody on the outside of you. This person is trying to rebuild their reputation. But it's kind of like the message is be still. Be patient. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be so consistent. Because I kind of feel like this forcefulness, wanting to make something happen, like wanting to be consistent. But it's kind of like in your body, in your mind, you know that's not it. You're feeling that contradiction within your body, and then the way in which that you're thinking. Usually you can push through, but it's kind of like well, with the Temperance card here, you're not alone. Oh, gotta make sure ain't no wasps. Goddamn flies, they be buzzing in my ear. Got a bug in your ear, right? Anyway, so I mean, just be patient with the process because you're not creating alone. Okay? And then it's kind of like you have to give yourself time to be enlightened to what direction to go with it. Okay? Because it's very purposeful. Alright? So for this person, there's something about they're in alignment. There's something about divine timing. Okay? So this person could be, maybe they were trying to rebuild their reputation, but it's kind of like they're breaking their reputation again. I feel like it's being done purposefully because it's kind of like, I don't know, it's piercing through the illusion of the prioritizing your reputation. Me personally, well, we all have to be represented. Well, my thing is, you had a reputation. Okay? You had a reputation, something happened, then you had to rebuild. You were in the process of rebuilding. Now it's kind of like you done just took a break. You done left. It's like you're being enlightened to things that are what is truly important to you. So your discernment is sharpening. Temperance, that is the earth angel. Okay? I feel like things are going on and things are happening with you, and it's kind of like you don't really know, but you trust God. You trust yourself too. You know that you are tapped in, you are linked to God. So the messages. Uh-oh, we got something else. So we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. This is another situation. This person is tangled in a whole bunch of emotional attachments. So they're kind of like a dater. So there are people that they date, just kind of like dating around. Oh, but I heard somebody's dreams have been shot to hell, and I'm sorry that I had to deliver it like that, but not shot to hell. Somebody, so it's giving gatekeeper, okay? So there are gatekeepers. I be trying to tell people, when you try to get into stuff, certain information and knowledge is being protected, but a lot of it is forbidden. Okay, so you have to be a certain person, you have to have a certain character in order to be trusted and actually be taught and initiated into certain things. Okay, damn, why did I say that? That has nothing to do with dreams. So this is my twin flame, my other twin flame, the one I got out of union with. This is his mama. Child, she I thought she left. She loved me. Hold on, girl, because you kind of bossy. She's very dominating. Because I can't figure out why I said that. We supposed to be talking about the dreamers. Oh, but we was talking about gatekeeping. So the thing is that what I pick up from this Knight of Cups situation is that this person tried to come up against a gatekeeper, the gatekeeper for dreams. Okay, so whoever the gatekeeper is a dreamer. So that person, or because it's two people in that car, it may have been two people. They tried to come for. It's like they tried to take somebody else's dreams. They tried to get in the way of somebody else's dreams. They tried to be the downfall behind the scenes of somebody's dreams, and they tried to affect this person emotionally. So these individuals, like she said, the dreams is shot to hell. You can forget about it. They was doing stuff behind the scenes. With the cup card here, it wasn't, maybe, are we talking to the, okay, so you are the gatekeeper, okay. You are the gatekeeper for people's dreams. So it's kind of like, ooh, so they must have been trying to compete with you or something like that. Saw you as competition, wanted to take you out. So it's like their dreams have been unalived, which means that night, you're going, you're in the matrix. Your dreams will never be reached. You can hold on and continue to try to make shit happen, but you're going to find yourself going in loopholes. And sometimes when you don't let go, God will play with you, because God will really have you thinking that you're about to go somewhere and then you don't go nowhere. You hit a wall, okay? So sometimes this comes off as destiny swapping. So my thing is, when it comes to destiny swapping is not real, okay? And I want people to understand that, so you can stop being paranoid as to trying to figure out how you can protect your destiny. Because when you're living a life of purpose, moving in the direction of your purpose, you already activate and wake up the divine help and support that you are going to need, because choice is like a key. So when you choose, I'm going to follow my purpose, I'm going to go this way, this is the way that God is calling me, I'm going to go that way. It's kind of like you're telling God, I'm trying to get home, I'm trying to come back home. Okay, so God is just like, okay, now it's not going to be easy, but you're going to have support and you're going to have help. So when we think about destiny swapping, it's more so of a mental thing. You know what I'm saying? People try to discourage you from doing what you want to do, either so they can do it, or so it's kind of like they can just stop you from doing it. But there's no such thing as a destiny swap. Life is very mysterious. So there are going to be times to where what I have learned when it comes to opposition be trying to jump on your path. You could be doing something totally different. I'm doing things different from a lot of my opposition. And I just be like, you see, the thing is that they think that they know me. So they think that they know what direction I'm going. They think that they know what I want. They think that they know what I want. They think that I know. They think they know, honey, and they don't be knowing. You see what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying, because sometimes God will show your opposition where you're headed. And so people get triggered, they get freaked out, and they start wanting to oppose against you and compete against you. They're trying to get nowhere fast. They're trying to get somewhere before you do. We just said this in the last reading. Okay? So people are going through some of the same shit. So certain individuals are in the same season. So it's a certain level of consciousness. It's kind of like just different timelines. So going through the same thing, just in a different way. Okay, so the reading that I did yesterday, this is different. This is a different person. But the reading that I did yesterday, somebody is on, they have the same consciousness, but they're on a different timeline. So what's happening is that, I feel like this is harvesting season. Okay? This is harvesting season for you, and so you're going to see your opposition fall. Now the thing is that they love to gaslight. They love to make shit seem like it's all good and all that type of stuff, and life is, and they're suffering like shit behind the scenes. They post all that bullshit on social media, and they try to make sure you hear certain things. If they know somebody mutual, they try to make sure that you see them. This shit be crazy. Opposition be going out of their way to really gaslight. So, I mean, that's because they want you to doubt yourself. They want you to see what they got going on that is fake. And they want to say to you, they want you to think like, oh, my dreams are nothing. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. It's like they want you to feel discouraged by seeing them rise. But then it's kind of like, if you're not no fucking hater, you could care less about what they got going on. If you tapped in, you already know God playing with them anyway. So it's kind of like you just, whenever you want to peep in and see the show, that's what you do. But opposition is not really important, because opposition is not for you. There's so much working against you when it comes to you building your dreams. Opposition is a part of the package when it comes to you moving towards your purpose. Okay? You just got to deal with it. But my thing is that you in a good spot. You in a good spot. So you're making your dreams come true. You're doing your thing. So you are the gatekeeper. Okay? So it looked like individuals done got hit. They didn't know you was the gatekeeper. They didn't realize what they were doing. Alright, so let's get in. That Ace of Swords keeps popping up. So I do feel like some type of communication may come in. It's going to be like serious conversation. It's going to be the truth. The truth is going to be told. The truth is going to be said. This may even be a new idea. And with this idea, it's like everybody wins in the situation. But it's clarity. Ooh. 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 What What are the messages for whomever may concern? What are the messages? Uh-oh. We got the Ace of Pentacles in the position of the Crown. Bitch, you know you a gift. Yes. You know you a gift. You know you be manifesting. You know that your new beginning is here. Okay? So you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That's going to be for your opposition. They're experiencing misfortune. Okay? They're going to try to make you seem like it's more going on. And it is going to be very convincing. But please remember, it's all a show. If you knew all the stunts and all the effort that these people are putting in to put on the illusion, then you wouldn't even think twice about it, because they're going to try, because they're really miserable right now. You know, somewhere along the line, they thought that they took you out, but they realized that they didn't. Okay, but they can't see. I feel like they checking you out. They trying to see what you got going on. Okay, I just got a vision of a treasure chest and the shit is being hidden. So people don't know everything you got going on. People don't know all the moves that you're making. Six of Swords, moving in the direction of your purpose. You got the Moon card. They're blocked from doing any type of divination. People was getting readings done on you, or people were trying to do readings. People was trying to learn them damn cards just so they could try to see what the fuck you had going on. Okay, they have been blocked. There's a lot of delusion going on with your opposition too. You have the Two of Pentacles. That is your individuality. Wisdom with the Queen of Swords here. This is spiritual and emotional intelligence. Then you have the King of Wands. Okay, so the sword in the air, that is a beautiful combination. Okay, so I feel like that represents your masculinity as well as your femininity. So there is a man that reflects your masculinity, and there is a woman that reflects your femininity. But I kind of really feel like this is a person. This person is on the outside of you, but this person is in your space. Okay, so I pick up a Leo with like a Libra moon. Or it's going to be a Libra moon with a Leo ascendant. So, you know, your sun sign is something else. I don't be doing the signs, but somebody knows more than what they're saying. But even I'm not being told the complete truth. Okay? So, I feel like somebody likes the way that you move. They like the way that you carry yourself. You know, are you a woman? Because I'm feeling like you're a woman. You're a woman. So as a woman, it's like your wisdom, like the way you carry yourself, you know, you're not all in people's face. You know, when it comes to the opposite sex or your sexual preference, you know, you're not all up in their face. You're not all like, you're not easy. We'll say that. So somebody likes that. Somebody likes that about you, which is pretty contradicting, because I feel like this person likes for things to be easy. Okay. This King of Wands person, I feel like this is a man. This man, he's showing up as a king, but he's giving me more than king. He's actually giving me Hierophant. So the thing is that he presents himself in the world a certain way, but he knows a lot. And it's kind of like spiritually, you have the intelligence to be able to see his gift. You know, I think that he thinks that he hides it very well. So, you know, it may spark his interest, or he's intrigued by you because you can see it. I kind of feel like you confronted him about it. Okay. You may have even apologized for overlooking it, because it's a very divine gift that man got. So his voice roars through the universe. It's kind of like, to the human ear, it's quiet, you may overlook them, but the power in their words, in their voice, I mean, that shit echoes. This person be speaking to people in the spirit. Okay? So, and when they speak in the spirit, received. Rather, individuals are aware of it or not. So, I do believe this man has a dangerous side to himself too, because he has the ability to overpower. Okay, in my opinion, overpower is rape. Okay, so now I'm not saying that he's a rapist, but I'm just saying overpowering. That's what I be thinking about. Okay, but the thing is that he he must be controlled. You know, he must be a controlled man. He must be like a really great man to have that type of a gift and be responsible with it. You know, like, because you're not supposed to intervene with free will. But see, my eye, I be telling my eye you know, my eye be creating the laws. The way in which that things have become unconventional over the years, she's had to become flexible in her perspective instead of just seeing black and white. Okay, so I mean, you know, when I be studying up under her, I be like, man, there's so much, like, to see. There's so much to be insightful about when it comes to situations. I kind of think too, in the justice system, they're gonna start digging deeper into situations as well. I kind of feel that wave. I kind of feel a wave to where, I mean, we've been saying it for a long time, you know, piercing the veil and the age of Aquarius and all this shit. But I mean, I got a feeling it's giving me in depth. Things are gonna be seen with depth, with substance. So a lot of people are experiencing more so of your opposition. Your opposition is experiencing having to deal with people who can see straight through them. Okay, opposition don't like to be seen. They want to be sneaky. You know, these people do, because this is the cup. This is the emotion. People can express emotion, but you can't see it. It's something that you feel. Okay, so you have hidden opposition, which means that there's a lot of spiritual warfare that you go through. Okay, so when it comes to this man, I pick up that this man, it's like people love him on the ground, but in the spirit, people are very envious of him. I feel like there's something going on with his eyes. He can look at you. His looks can kill. Okay, his looks can kill. I kind of feel a little bit of a temper though, with this person. I pick up their dark side. This is what you call a punisher. Okay, so he has the ability to punish, which means that he must be, he's real responsible to have a gift like that. Could you imagine if somebody had anger issues, if they were impatient, if they were irrational and having such a big gift? You know, they would be out here just destroying people. So this man is a builder. Why are you telling me so much about this man? Why are you telling me so much about this man? Ooh. So he's a builder. There's something about his hands too. There's something about his mouth. Ooh. Hold on. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on with his mouth. I can feel her lightening up. She wants to be playful. Okay, so she likes this man's energy too. Okay, so there is a spirit guide that there's no spirit guide around this person. You can just tap into their energy. Okay. Okay. So he must be pretty popular with the ladies. And my spirit guide, she's an older woman. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe he like older women. Maybe he date older women. I mean, he do it do if he if he's a young man, he's really mature. You know what I'm saying? He grew up very quickly. I see like a whole bunch of men. It's like he was raised by men. There's something about being raised by these men to where he was taught it was a priority to teach him about women or something. It's kind of like this family of men, they honor their women. Okay. So it's like they can't just choose any woman. They put themselves on a very high pedestal. Okay. Oof. Mm. Mm. Excuse me. Okay, so why is it so because it's given proud of their choice. Proud of their choice. Maybe you have a mother or a father that's proud of your choice. She said the man. This man? Who is this man? So this man must know a lot about you. He could see right through you. He's a hunter. Hunter/predator. Okay? So, right. But I don't want to keep talking about him. I don't understand. Well, maybe it's important to you. Is this who you gonna be with or something? You got confirmation with that with the star. Okay. Oh, so y'all must be star seeds. Both of y'all are star seeds. It's given like two pillars. So this is their new beginning. She's saying, this is your new beginning. You are a gift. She's saying that to you, not this man. You are a gift to him. Okay. Okay. Well, it looks like they're a gift to each other. She says no. Ooh. Okay, so when it comes to this man, because I kind of think that this man, he's used to certain behavior from women. So it's not that you have to be rebellious or the opposite, but it's kind of like this man got a crazy side. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to stroke too much of his ego, because you're going to you could take him off of focus. Okay, so the two of you are very influential over each other. So it's going to be very important that you help keep him on a straight and narrow path. You help keep him balanced. Okay. Sometimes he gets caught up in all of the attention. You know, he tries to make it seem like he doesn't, but in all actuality he does. So, then those triggers start to become stimulated, and he's in his head, because if he has a woman or if he's being watched by a lot of women, he doesn't want women to see him outside of what he shows them. So he's catalytic. Okay, he's catalytic to women in some shape, form, or way. Okay, so he is in touch with his feminine side. Don't get it fucked up, because he not no bitch. Okay, so don't dare treat him that way, because if you don't know who this man is, you may think that he's like funny, like maybe bisexual. Okay, I do pick up, she says that he's very affectionate. Okay, like when he touch you, it's not just a touch, it's a grab. Okay, like when he hug the shit out of you. I pick up he's strong as hell too. Okay. Oof. I'm getting overwhelmed. It's like a shitload of birds that just came. It's a shitload of doves. Okay, the doves are sitting there watching me. So yeah, this man, he's special. He's special. It's she's what she wants you. She's saying, what she's saying is, don't put him on no pedestal. Don't don't be don't be so much into him, all about him. Like, because there's something about him. I think he likes to be in control. Well, he's a hunter, then on top of that, he's a predator. Okay, so he wants to do it all. He has a very controlling side. Okay, but I would expect that if he has the gift of a punisher, he needs that. He needs to have that control. Okay, so I feel like he can be a little tipping of the scales when it comes to control with other people. Oh my goodness. So, I mean, I don't know. Okay, can we lift off? There's something here about, it's like right here. Something right here. He'll do things to your body. Okay, all right, here we go. So he has a gift that he has as well. It's kind of like he's like a spiritual chiropractor, if that makes sense. I don't know. At one point in time, I got into chiropractic, not for studying, but there was a chiropractor that I liked. My son started going to a chiropractor, but during the time I was doing yoga. So I really didn't need to get my body into alignment, because I was aligning myself, through the yoga. When I stopped doing the yoga and I went to the chiropractor, I had that experience. I became, like very curious, because the chiropractor, he just seemed, I don't know. I'm not dumb. I know when somebody is trying to cop a feel, okay? It's kind of like the way he was handling me. He kept like touching my butt. Now I know that there are some positions to where they have to do that. But when I study him handling other people, and then when it came to me, and then the way he looked at me when I was laying on that table and he was standing over top of me, it's like I heard his soul growl. And I was just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And when he was handling me, I was just like, he is squeezing my butt cheeks. He did. I said, he is squeezing my butt cheeks. He is not supposed to be doing that. But, I wasn't upset about it. I liked it, so. Okay, so I really didn't care. But I was just like, so why did we tell that story? Oh, about the chiropractor. Okay, so after I had that like weird experience with him, I was just like, I wonder what it's like being married or being with a man who heals the body physically. So I started doing some research, and there was this guy I used to watch all the time, and he was doing examples on his wife too. So when you saw his wife, I said, damn, she looked refreshed like a motherfucker. So she just had this glow. It was just refreshing. And I don't, I'm thinking it's because of him, because he was just like lay on the bed and she just laid on it so delicately, like kind of seductively, So then when he started working out her body, I was like, ooh. Ooh. So it's kind of like this man, he is that in the spiritual. Okay, so he be performing that spiritual chiropractic. So he's a healer. Ooh. So he may know like certain things about the body, like certain nerves and stuff like that, like how to. I pick up Gemini too. He may have some Gemini in his birth chart. Geminis are real good with stuff like that. Like finding certain, like my father, he used to tell me, like when you're dealing with like a headache on one side of your head or maybe your tooth, there are certain nerves that you can press down on. And I mean, that's your word, it doesn't take it away completely. You understand what I'm saying? But when I tested the theory, the shit worked. Okay, it's just, it doesn't make the pain go away though, but you can suppress the pain with the pressure on certain nerves within the body. So okay, she says that you have your work cut out for you when it comes to him, but it's kind of like I mean, I don't know, he's aligned with the Six of Swords. So it's he, purpose. You could be a spirit guide, and maybe this man is your is your apprentice. He's your spiritual apprentice. Okay? But he too, has his own sets of gifts. He's aware. But I don't know, when it comes to those punishers, because it's usually men, that should be funny. It'd be funny because bitches be doing stupid shit, and I just be like, why did you think? Why won't you think? But I understand, because women are more emotional. You know what I mean? We operate more off of feeling, and especially when it comes to love, we want to be in that love ideal place within our heads and shit like that. No. So for women like that, you are what I call Barbie. So you need to create Barbie land. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need to be creating a world for yourself so that you can stop practicing so much with wanting to create a world with a man. It's very important, just as a person, to be in touch with your individuality. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Because, they're going to come, they're going to go. You may get married, y'all may separate after some years, whatever. Life, you don't know how life is going to blow you. So, it's best to always be for you, no matter what happens. No matter who come, no matter who go, because in this grand life of yours, you're going to experience a lot of people coming in and out of your life. We can get more practice with letting go. In letting go, you also practice being unconditional. Okay. So, ooh, child. All right now, Miss Lady. Ooh. But the the one thing that she wants you to know, don't be so giddy or gun ho about this man, okay? Because she said what she says is that he needs to be giddy and gun ho about you. But if you're the one making all the moves, if you're always taking the initiative, it's kind of like you're not letting him in. Okay. Like, one thing I know about men, sometimes you need to challenge them. You know, I used to go to a dating coach, and he used to tell me you got to put some stress on him. I'd be like, I don't want to put no stress on his ass. Then I put stress on him. Then he stressed the fuck out, and I got to sit there and deal with his stress. So, so I didn't fully understand what he was saying when he said that. But when I came to the realization, I was like, oh shit, yeah, they need a little. Cause I'm trying to tell you, when it comes to my son's father, sometimes like on the weekend it's kind of rough because it's like he's so programmed in the structure. So when he's out of the structure, it's hard for him to relax. His birthday. He's in Libra season. Okay, so I believe we're in Virgo season. So, I got his birthday gift. I wanted to wait till his birthday. You know what I'm saying? But it came yesterday. He's kind of going through things with transitioning, worried about his next job and all this type of stuff. I can really see, like he's really, he needs some help. Okay, so he was telling me, he's just like, don't spend your money on me, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, boy, shut up. You haven't been real nice. But at the same time, I can take into consideration everything in which that you're going through. I know you stress. You don't want to talk about it. You want to make it seem like you got it all together, but it shows. You're more transparent than what you think. So I'm just like, leave me the fuck alone. If I want to spend all of my money for your birthday, then that's what the fuck I'm going to do. I have no problem with being broke. You know that. Speak of the devil. Where you going? You like it? Right. so, so anyway, now his ass all happy. So his gift came, and he tried to act like, oh, I can wait till my birthday. I'm a grown man. I like giving people their gifts early. I do. I don't like waiting. I be excited. So I was just like, well, okay. So he's sitting there fuddling on that phone, and he's all, I don't know what the hell going on in his brain, but he ain't here. So I see him over there getting frustrated, and he's okay. So I said, I'm glad that I bought him an entertainment setup for his room. He really needed it. And you got to put it together. So he gave up or trying to fight it, and he took his little entertainment stand, and he put it together. He was in there putting it together, because the thing is that he wants to upgrade his room, but he's being lazy. He's been wanting to do it for a year. We were supposed to move, but he didn't keep up, like with the rental agreement, so we're here another year. Now he's realizing how much he doesn't want to be here. So I'm just like, look, we're here, so we're going to make the best of it for the year. It is what it is. So what? You was being irresponsible, you weren't paying attention. That's okay. That's not the first time that shit has happened. It's nothing we can do about it. So let's just make the best of this year. Let's do some downgrading. Let's appreciate our space more. God, I'm always fucking redirecting his pessimism. Child, man, some men, they need a lot of work. But I feel like it's people in general, because there are a lot of people who have missed certain eras of development within their life, especially dealing with childhood. So, he goes back there and he's putting it all together. I'm just like, ooh, because I could feel the tension. I could feel it thinning out. I was just like, oh. Because he be going through things and he don't want to tell me. He don't want to talk about it. I be like, bruh, you need to talk about it. Whatever. I just be like, well, he must be feeling some type of way towards me. I ain't do shit. And he already know if he bring it up, we gonna talk about it. And I'm gonna say some real shit in his ass. He don't like hearing that all the time. So, there are things that he be going through he don't want to talk about. And your ass don't want to hear the truth, nigga. So, I mean, he broke down his old system, and he was in there just having a good old time. And I really ain't feel like helping him, but I was just like, I don't want him to get frustrated, so let me see if he needs some help. He said, no, I got it, get out. I said, okay. He an old grumpy ass man, okay? I do not be taking his ass personal. Some people will teach you how to accept, okay? Acceptance, because not everybody changes. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I was like, okay, do your thing. So, I mean, I made sure me and my son was supportive, because when he had to take down his old system, he need help. It's so funny. It's just like, nigga, you need so much. You need so much from people when it comes to you. But, man, that nigga's so manipulative. He is. He is. I guess he called himself being balanced. I'm just like, bruh, you are not balanced. You're lazy. And you use your mind to try to make it seem like you be doing the most, and you don't be doing nothing. You lazy. Because he'll try to, he'll take a day to where he want to do everything. He want to clean up. He want to cook. And it's kind of like, then the next day, he can just be shitty and slop. And I be telling him, I be like, bruh, this is an everyday thing. Stop being lazy. But whatever. But I'm trying to explain to you, like, sometimes you do have to kind of stress a man out a little bit. You got to challenge him, because when he feels accomplished, it changes the neuroplasticity within his brain. The shit is real and it works. Just by changing up an experience for a person, you can change, their way of thinking. It's not going to be anything permanent, but you can plant. It's like you open up a portal to plant a seed. With him feeling accomplished, that's a positive seed. With him feeling supported, me and my son went in there. Do you want help? You know what I'm saying? No. When he wanted to take out the trash, nobody gave him any lip. We just jumped in there and helped him out, because the brother been stressed. But, he ain't been very nice to me, so God been fucking with him a little bit. God been fucking with him a little bit. I told him, I be trying to tell him, you better calm down, brother. So I said, wow, that really did something to him. He spent a lot of time, cleaning. He did his room. He cleaned up his room. Now he's taking more pride in his space. Now he finds value in his space. But I told him, I'm just like, bruh, if you would have just did that from the beginning, you would have already had it. You would have already found it. You went and plunged into the darkness. He lazy. He don't want to do the work for himself. He wants somebody else to do that. But I told him, I said, okay, but when I'm gone, you got to think about what you're going to do. Because it seems like as we get older, motherfuckers get miserable. All right, you may go out there and chase after that young pussy, but it's kind of like, you need some practice. You need some practice in the dating field. But whatever, that's not my business. That's not my business. But anyway, I feel like we done talked enough. So we gonna wrap it up here. Until next time, we'll talk again.